Welcome back, everybody. I'm Ami Politai Funk, and you are joining me for Sunday Night Fights, Season 5, Episode 7. This is the fourth quali tourney. This is Day 2, Round 5, and we are approaching our last game of the evening. This is the all-deciding ace game between HelpingHans and BartonPL, and Hubiwa in the chat guessed it. Barton has chosen Soviets, so he will be fighting as the faction that just carried him to his victory. Let's see if he can do it again and advance to for the second week in a row to the contender bout, or if Hans can make some adjustments and do whatever tinkering he needs to do to his Wehrmacht play to take himself into the fourth contender bout. They'll be fighting Jezelin, who 2-0'd Cruz earlier in the show. I can barely remember it. These two games between Hans and Barton have been just so damn good that feels like ages ago. I think I've got one shoutcast left in me. All right. At the end of the show, we're going to give away Company of Heroes 2, so stick with us. Be sure you follow us right now because we're going to be rolling that name out very soon. What else is there to say? That was an epic game, right? Come on. That was an attack. Come hard, bring it all, follow up this, bring everything you've got, you know, follow up that strafe. Amass enough units that when you're going to go for it, man, he went for it. You know, it's so interesting to see Barton like backpedal out of certain engagements. You could see that like one T-34 was going to go up and maybe try to flank a pack, but then he like, kind of backed out again and just repaired, and he just bided his time, and he was licking his chops, and then, you know, he had map control advantage the whole way through, resources. Eventually he got the fourth tank, and the strafe just unlocked. You know, that's a timing attack. You know, it just unlocked, and he had the munitions waiting for it, and he hit Hansy's position with just a haymaker blow that put Hansy on the canvas. So can he go to his cut doctor and repair his face after just getting smashed in game 2 and get back into this? I mean, my composure would be a little shaken after an attack like that, but let's see it. Let's see if Hansy can recompose. He's gonna have to face Barton Soviets once again. Let's go in game and get it started. All right, fight fans, our last game of the evening. Thanks to Fenfu for that awesome soundtrack. Here we go. In the blue trunks, playing Oster. Once again, it's HelpingHans. And in the southwest, playing Soviets in the red. What an appropriate color for the Red Army. It's BartonPL. A spot in 2 weeks' time. Contender bout number 4 is on the line. And now, after all of the round 4 and round 5 games, fatigue might become an issue. We try to space these games out so that the players are at the top of their ability when they do fight on our main event shows on SNF. But these guys have had to battle. I think Barton, I forget if his series went to 3 games, this round 4 series. It might have. I know that HelpingHans went to 3 games against Love, Glory, Peace. So these guys might be a little fatigued by now, playing their 6th game of top-level Company of Heroes 2 in a row. They'll get 2 weeks to figure out this new patch and the new meta before the winner will face Jezelin on December 29th, and that's going to be a very special show. I promised you guys I would tell a little bit about why this is a grudge match between HelpingHans and Barton, so let me just get that out of the way. Barton and HelpingHans faced each other in an ESL tournament. I think it was one of the first ESL tournaments that they ran. I think you could win like ESL Premium, but it was kind of a small tournament. But you know, there aren't many KO2 events, so any tournament is significant, and people are streaming. And if I can remember all of this correctly, I think that, you know, Hans played like a late round game, maybe the finals, maybe it was the semifinals, I don't know. But Hans faced Barton, and as is usual with Barton, he talked a lot of smack during the game, and he beat Hans. And, you know, added insult to injury with a lot of smack talking. And, you know, at that point, KO2.org was kind of new, and I personally can say I was having a lot of trouble with the Co-Experts clan and their members just trolling constantly. I mean, they would spam the forums, they would spam the shout box, they'd get all these MV game icons everywhere. It was just too much. It kind of like occupied the entire website. And it was really frustrating at that time. And basically, like a couple of them kind of ganged up on HelpingHans, and they would go into his streams. You know, he was streaming regularly, like every day at that time, and they would go into his stream and they'd kind of like coffee house him in his streams, like talk a lot of trash in his streams, like when he would lose, and even go so far as to like stream snipe him and then talk smack while you know, like beating him on his own stream, and it just became so much that, you know, like a little light trolling is funny, maybe, you know, I mean. Barton and I get along well. I think that basically everything he says is sarcastic. He never means it seriously ever. So I take everything he says with a grain of salt, and therefore he never really gets to me. But, you know, you can see how, like, just an entire clan of 3 or 4 guys ganging up on one streamer just can be too much. And so basically Hans reported them for harassing him. And Relic made the decision, after looking at the evidence, to ban a bunch of Co-Experts members from Co2. They actually couldn't play in multiplayer. Barton was banned for a few weeks, maybe even a month. I think Ivan was banned, and so like we weren't showing them on the ladders, and they were not allowed to play COH multiplayer. And so that's, you know, pretty serious when, you know, you paid for a game and you're not even allowed to play. So it got really serious, and everybody, you know, basically got a big slap on the wrist. And, you know, Noun had to step in. And then, of course, there's like tons of hatred on Noun because he actually did something, which I think is bullshit, by the way. I think all you guys that were like criticizing Noun and complaining at him, I mean, just screw you. I mean, you guys made this bed. You know, he's just trying to clean up after you. He's definitely got better things to do with his time. I mean, there was that whole like situation with the Russians criticizing the game with the Bad Comedian video going on at the same time. And so Noun had his hands full. So I think the last thing you want to do is like give him shit over like a problem that you guys created. So anyway, so a little bit defensive Noun there. But anyway, so then the trolling started against Noun. I think actually that's what it finally took before he actually banned them. I think on the Co-Experts website, they were trolling Noun on their website, and there was a bunch of like, I don't know, like some kind of bigoted comments about, you know, like, anyway, I don't want to get into all the details. I think, yeah, bans were levied, and players finally calmed down. And then, you know, months later, thankfully, I'm very thankful that doesn't really happen that much anymore, and there's not as much trolling on Kotu.org in particular, which I'm so thankful for, because that just wastes my time trying to moderate it. You know, I'd rather be organizing awesome events like this for you guys. So all of that's calmed down, and the Co-Experts have been reintegrated into the community, and you know, hopefully Hansy has, you know, grown to accept like the way Barton is, and not take any comments he might make, you know, too seriously. And I mean, you know, in the defense of the experts, Hansy, you know, as a streamer, he needs to grow a thicker skin. He should not let a few comments here or there or a little bit of like stream trolling affect him. You know, like if you're going to stream, you're putting yourself out there. You know, I'm doing it right now. I'm putting myself out there. And you guys can rip me to pieces and talk all the smack about me that you want, and it really won't affect me because I just, you know, I don't let any of that stuff get to me. And people do it. I mean, people are probably doing it in the stream tonight. They're probably trolling me, you know, like crazy. But I just don't care. It doesn't get to me. All right, so that's the story, and that was a few months ago. Hopefully, there's a mutual respect between Barton and HelpingHans as they fight in this Game 3. But now to the game, as you can see, it's going kind of similar to how it did in Game 2, where Hans is trying to hold this position around to the north, but he's basically giving Barton the rest of the map. Wow, I've been following HelpingHans this whole time. I'm sorry. I've been meaning to follow Barton. I don't know how that happened. Barton should be blue. Okay, that's all set up. Good. Now it looks similar to how it did, and it matches my overlay. Thank you very much. So Barton, once again, with wonderful map control, and you know that's going to allow him to tech first. So you know this is going very similar to how it did in the first game, and I don't see Hansy switching it up all that much. He's kind of sticking to his game plan. All right, PPSH is unlocked. When Barton gets in his own territory, he can start popping these guys. They're only 10 ammo. Uh-oh. Don't want to be fighting and burning while you're fighting. You can see that hay barrel popping. Haystack. My Twitch chat is totally acting up. I don't know if you guys are talking or not talking or what, but I think it's probably acting up for a lot of people. Usually our chat's pretty active, and that's a shame because when I'm solo casting, I interact more with the chat and the viewers. But I have no idea if you can even hear me right now. I hope you can. I hope the tech's all good. Hansy's got the SDKFZ on its way. It's got lots of grens. It seems like Barton's conscript preservation has been even better in this game, so I think that last wind has given him the confidence that he needs. He's probably playing super tight right now. Tight isn't good. Tight isn't doing everything right at the right moments. I wonder if his... I don't know. The start is very similar to the Game 2 start. Hands out here with Minesweepers. I learned from a Steam chat from Quasar that Hands actually lost a full Gren squad on that mine. Remember that mine that Barton put right here really early in the last game? Quasar reports that killed an entire Gren squad, which is a pretty huge hit in the early game. So Hands didn't want that to happen again. He got Minesweepers. This is looking very similar to the last game. The doctrine choice is the same. Let's hop back to Hands and see. He has not chosen a doctrine yet. Barton's running the same doctrine, guards rifle combined. That's one of the initial commanders from the initial game that is a favorite. Those PPSH upgrades, having that strong infantry, always nice. We'll switch back to Barton now, as Hands tries to push to the left VP. Barton, Hands considered putting some very forward mines down, but he wasn't able to get them down. Actually, Barton thought they were there, so he naded them with his guards, but they weren't even there. So that was a little bit of mind game there that Barton got the worst end of, wasting munis, nading a patch of dirt.
Enemy infantry has our range. Contact! One more step on Soviet soil.
The new men have arrived. The enemy has taken our supply sector.
Hansy pushing for the cutoff as he did in the last game. But, you know, with Barton connected all around the right, that cutoff's not the hugest deal. Look, it cuts off nothing. Barton's totally connected all the way around the right-hand side. So that cutoff doesn't really do much.
Infantry fire incoming.
Okay, Barton teching. When you've got resource advantage, you press that advantage by teching up and out-tacking your opponent, and that's what Barton's doing. He's called in a guard squad to buffer the time period while he techs.
He's gone.
And he just needs to be careful as he's pushing into Hands' hard point, not to suffer too many manpower casualties. Although, I mean, look at Barton's infantry. It's very strong. This is a hell of a scrap. Everybody's fighting. Good grief. These guys are wandering around the red cover road. Everybody's taking so much damage. Oh, man. There's the 18 nade in against the SDKFZ, but can Barton kill it? That was a coup, too, in the last battle. I would kind of like to watch that again. Ooh, this conscript squad just ate up a grenade. Now, will Barton be able to push in and get that early kill? He clears the MG. I'm still not quite sure what combination of, like, 18 nade and PTRS shots killed the half-track in that game, too. I'll have to watch that again if I ever want to find out. That was an intense moment and a big win for Barton. This time he's not able to kill the thing, but he is able to chase tons of Hans' infantry off. Although, look, Hans stayed in the fight. He's going to try to reinforce these guys. He took a big risk staying in the fight, but, you know, that's what you got to do. When you're down, when you're trailing, you got to take some risks to try to change the outcome. Barton's first T-70, changing it up a bit. Interesting. He's got one T-70 coming out and another T-70 on the way. He knows where that pack is now. Hans trying to reman his MG, but it's pointing in the wrong direction. Whoa, another 18 nade goes in. These conscripts, that flame nade's gonna be huge. It clears the MG, the conscripts go down, the MG goes down. Panzer Grenadiers are forced to retreat. This thing is on its last legs. Where is the T-34? It's coming into the fight now. It's got eyes on the pack. The pack's trying to reposition. Barton's got flamers in there. Oh, but Hans has still got some units. These double-deck Grens can kill the engine, and they did. They get a good shot in. The pack is down to 2 men. I bet Hans is rapidly trying to reinforce, but he can't now. The Sonderkraft Warthog is down. He does reposition. He gets one big shot in. It almost kills the T-70, but almost is only good in horseshoes and hand grenades. It does not look like he'll be able to get the kill unless somehow he can muster up a Faust from these Grenadiers. But with the second T-70 on the field, that's not going to happen. This T-70 is going to survive. The pack position has been crushed, and it looked like Spartan's raging his way into that 4th contender belt. Now, can this P4 command tank target the appropriate unit? What is he going for? He wants everything. Hans, he's feeling, he wants everything. He takes out the healthy T-70, and now he's going to go for the crippled T-70. Gets a bomb. Hans crawling right back into this fight. What a hero command tank coming out and killing both T-70s. But he's going to have to give away the position, and it looks like Barton's going to capture this pack, and that is bad news for that command tank. So he really doesn't want to get an engine crit now. He's buttoned by the guards. That's Crow. We don't see a lot of that happening. Not my favorite ability in the game. And the long distance 18-8 catches the tail end of that command tank. And the pack is shoveling in heavy rounds against its rear armor. It's hurt, but here come the infantry trying to stop it, trying to save the command tank as it retreats. Barton's pushing forward. He's got guards focusing it, but they can't seem to get the kill shot in. All the Wehrmacht units have defensive bonuses, and this infantry is starting to shred the Russian infantry, which is going to be forced to retreat the position. Barton has also captured the MG. That'll help because this wave of German infantry is flooding forward. They walk right into the muzzle. They capture a PTRS. They put an aid in on the MG. It's going to have to retreat, and it looks like Hans will be able to salvage the position and repair this tank.
Enemy troops!
We are losing territory.
Uh-oh, Hansy, don't lose squads. Get out of there.
Return fire!
Look at the size of that gun. Whoa. It's as tall as he is.
Enemy fire!
These guys really jockeying. A soft retreat happening. Hansy knows he needs to protect this portion of the field. He's got to protect this P4 that's getting desperately repaired. A new half-track's out to support his infantry, and it looks like Barton will have to back off. And now we have a little bit of a tech switch from Barton.
We are awaiting
Do you need
orders.
something?
Wow, he managed to steal the pack and all of that. That's wonderful. He stole the
You
pack
have
and the
orders?
MG42. So half of, like a good portion of Barton's army is full of Wehrmacht hardware. The T-34 enters the field. He's going to be big. How is Hans going to be able to counter it? Let's switch over to Hans real quick and see if he's got any anti-tank. He doesn't have anything at all, and this T-34 could really blast through his forces if he's not careful. Hans desperately trying to get some mines down, but they won't complete the job. Barton's conscripts have eyes on. They have to be canceled. And this shot from the T-34 kills the Gren squad. No soft pedal retreat for you, Hans. You are desperate for some AT. What are you going to do? There aren't even many Grens out here. He's got one Gren squad, you know, with their stolen gun, but that is it, and that alone cannot handle the T-34. Let's look back to Hans real quick to see if he's got anything on the way. Nothing is building in this base. Hans is starving. He's low on manpower. He's got a decent bit of ammo. We're back to following Barton. Hans really needs to get some kind of anti-tank onto the field. He's poking and looking for places where he can do damage. The Sonderkraft Fahrzeug suffers an engine crit. It's measuring the P4 nicely, but it is taking damage from these guards. Oh boy. There's a foul. Hans is doing everything he can. He loses that half track. The P4 is trying to flank, but man, he's just getting it deep. And look what's coming. You know, the whole Russian force with that stolen pack is on its way. And Hans cannot afford to lose units. This P4 command tank is in deep, deep trouble. It goes down. The T-34 did the job. And Barton's infantry coming forward. That looked like a sort of death throw smoke pop by the P4. And with Barton controlling the middle and the right of the map, never being harassed during the entire game, he is very comfortably in the lead of Game 3.
Hey, T-gun here.
Hans must be feeling now that there is little opportunity for him to get back into this. It must be frustrating to watch his map control fall, the flags being lowered. Barton moves comfortably into position, pushing hard forward. Look at this.
Yes,
MG is going to have an MG outside of Hans' base any second now. He's going to cap this important field point to make sure there are no avenues for comeback.
Sandbags are set up. I am sweating like a pig. Rifleman ready. Under fire! Enemy forces are attempting to capture our territory.
Psst! Rifles on me.
Capture complete. The sector is at risk. Have the point.
Barton's setting up his defense of the north. He is in comfortable control of the ace game. Triple Vic conscripts moving into the center. They're going to face up against some grenadiers and an MG. Hands down to 1 point on the map, the strat point outside of his base. Goodness. Some brutal crushing of grenadiers under T-34 tank treads. A second one joins the fray. Here finally is some anti-tank, but Hans gonna have to get a break if he wants to kill it. This T-34. Infantry support is on the way. And the Grens are forced to move back a bit. This one MG cannot handle all of this infantry, although he suppresses 2 squads, not bad. The fresh T-34 is here. He knows exactly where this pack is facing. Conscripts are given eyes on. Their LOS is extended even further as they hop in this, as they teleport their way into this building. I think they vanished for like 3 seconds there. Oh no, an off map. This is my seal the deal. Strafe coming in. Sturmovik attack. Here it comes. Bap, bap, bap. Wow, look at the bullets bouncing off the armor of that next P4 command tank. Infantry's cleared out. Barton's just going for it. Whoa, he kind of throws that T-34 away, but I don't think any of this matters. It's all spilt milk now as Barton caps the entire map. Wow, the animation of the Sturmovik attacking the P4 is just fantastic. Nice flyby from the IL-2.
We're under attack! Grenade!
Taking fucking fire!
We fucked up that squad!
Yes, indeed you did. Yes, indeed you did. Whoa. Barton's delivering the pain right outside of Hans' base. down to 25 points.
In our grasp.
The victory is secured in your base, clearing out your mans. It looks like Barton's going back to the contender bout. He's GG! Well, fight fans, that game wasn't quite as tight as the second game. Hans tried to show some life when his first P4 command tank rushed out and killed both T-70s. That was nice, but it wasn't enough to get back into the map. You know, Hans can look back at that round 5 best of 3 and think maybe I should have tried to control the VPs better when I was Soviets. That too was a great battle. Peter Kumsia and I casted that together. That was a hell of a fight, so I guess VPs were the last thing on Hans' mind in that game 1. Barton pressured him, stole tons of VPs, got choice, carried his momentum through out of game 2 into game 3, and had a decisive victory. This will send him back to our contender bout. He, like OMG Pop, will be a repeat performance in a contender bout. Maybe if he couldn't do it his first time round, he can do it his second time round. This time it's going to be against Jezelin, who has no SNF contender experience. Barton has been fighting in all of these quality tournaments. So has Jezelin. His improvements are easy to witness. Jezelin doing better each time, but I think he's going to have an uphill battle facing him against Barton. Barton looking very strong, and surely his confidence will be bolstered by that convincing victory against his nemesis or his rival or his enemy or his old buddy or maybe his new best friend. I don't know. Sometimes competition brings the best out in people, and so perhaps, doubt it, but perhaps there's a mutual respect between BartonPL and Helping Hands. I seriously doubt it. It's probably good that we can't see chat right now in replays. I can't believe I just said that because I really want to be able to see chat in replays, Relic, if you're still watching. But who knows what Barton might have said. Maybe one little MV game at the end, if I had to guess. One little MV game, perhaps. That's kind of his slogan. We don't know. We'll never know. We could ask the players. So yeah, GG. Barton is on his way to the next contender bout. That will be in 2 weeks on December 29th. I'm going to Los Angeles on Friday. I'm flying across the world. I'm in Berlin now, and I'm flying to visit my folks and my friends in Los Angeles. My son's coming with me. I'm looking forward to that. It's Christmas in LA. I don't expect snow, but I expect a grand old time. I might just figure out a way to drive up to Sacramento and broadcast the next contender bout from NTD's apartment or house or wherever NTD lives. So if I can arrange all of that successfully, the next contender bout in 2 weeks' time on December 29th will be broadcast coming at you from California, Cali style. Yar, dude, what's up, dude? Tubular, dude. Like I was surfing stone, dude, and I caught this gnarly wave, dude, and like these valley girls were like totally trying to hit on me, dude. Like, should I cast it like that? Should I cast an SNF as a Cali boy? Yard tubular, gnarly. No, that's pretty horrible. Like, I was going to the shopping mall, like, and I was gonna buy like some pink like ankle warmers, like, and I had these really awesome fluorescent green dolphin shorts, like, that they were gonna go great with, like, and I was like gonna get my hair done, like. All right, no, I'm just fucking around. I'm just playing around. All right, the last thing we have to do today is give away a copy of Company of Heroes 2, thanks to Sega and Relic. All right, my neighbors. I've been shouting all night. My neighbors are pissed. Just a little drum roll for the winner of Company of Heroes 2. That was it. The winner of Company of Heroes 2 is Poker Guy. With 2 Ks, Poker Guy, Pokkerguy. You are the winner of Company of Heroes 2. Makes a great stocking stuffer. You could like make it really personal and draw your own little card, or you could like print out because it's a digital copy obviously on Steam, right? So you gotta kind of You got to make a card and decorate it. Maybe put some little mistletoe and some candy cane stickers on there, and then you could put like you just got a company for your little brother. Maybe he's a really big fan, but he doesn't have the game. And you could put it in his stocking, or maybe your mom, or maybe your dad would want to get into it. He's a World War II buff, and his father was maybe in the war, and maybe you could get your parents. I don't know. All right, poker guy, will you figure out what you're gonna do with that free copy of Company of Heroes 2? It'll make a nice gift. And Twitch chat is screwing around. I have no idea what y'all been saying, or if you like my crazy stories or not. Probably not. So I'm just gonna keep it cool. And remember, no SNF next week. Sorry about that, but it is Christmas time, so enjoy your Christmas, everybody, or Kwanzaa or Hanukkah or whatever you happen to celebrate. Enjoy your holidays. Good health to your families. Good health to our special guest, Peter Kumsia. I got it now. I got it. I'll never mess it up again. Thanks to him for being my guest tonight. And yeah, I'll see you from Cali. Take it easy.